So yes, more spoilers! Hey, what's up you guys, it's MCLegoboy here with 75158 Rebel Combat Frigate, 936 pieces of a Star Wars Rebel set. So yeah, bought this on Revenge of the 5th. Let's see, and it only cost me $87 as opposed to like the $110 that it is. So, that's pretty sweet. This review is way after the fact though, so sorry, but that's just the way it goes. Now, hopefully this review will not suck. My reviews of Rebel sets have not been stellar, and it's not because the sets have been bad, it's just because I've been tired, or things have just gone wrong as I'm trying to review them, so maybe this will break the curse, maybe it won't. Season 4 is the last season of Rebels, and, well, this is a Season 2 set. And that just means that we won't be getting as many Rebels sets, so let's see what Dave Filoni has in store for LEGO in the future, I guess. So, anyway, why did I want this set? Well, main reason, Ahsoka Tano, Commander Sato, two great characters from Rebels. Also, this ship, man, I know I definitely wanted one of these things to be made back when the Clone Wars was still on the air. And it never happened. And then Rebels comes out, and we see some of these, and then LEGO makes a set of it. I was like, oh, that's so cool, because these were some of the coolest little ships in there. I don't remember if they had these guns on them or there, but that's what the Rebellion does. They just add guns to things. So, because this was originally like a medical ship or just a kind of a freighter of some sort. So anyway, let's see what's on the back. It opens up. That's cool. We got Agent Kallus back when he was a bad guy. I know, I'm throwing spoilers left and right. And, yeah, so, you know, it's cool. I honestly, I don't really care. I'm just glad that I have the ship now. And also, big ups to Monica from the Downtown Disney LEGO store. This was not on shelves at the time. And it's marked as out of stock on the Shop at Home website. And I was like, that's when everything went pale. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this. So I go up to Monica at the LEGO store, and I'm like, hey, I don't remember the number of this thing, but it comes with these characters. And I could like draw it for you. That's what it is. And it's like a Rebel something frigate. She doesn't go into the back. She like goes up to a register and like pulls it out from behind a shelf that was hidden somewhere. And I was like, this is amazing. So thank you, Monica. You made my day. Alright. Now we're gonna like open it up, complain about instructions, maybe stickers, and how many bags there are. But at the same time, my desk is crowded, so maybe that's a good thing. Got a CD over there that has a bunch of random stuff in like Hindi that was from a card that my family bought or something, and it was stuck in the CD player. And we still have Easter candy. Easter candy, you fill me with sweet sugary goodness. Alright, let's see what's inside. Yes, it's so good, so nice. And by the way, yes. Woohoo! But in all honesty, why? Why do we need another one of these things? This is the new Flickfire missile, alright? Like, I know that some people have some problems with those stud shooters. Those don't really bother me. But this is the new thing that, plagues everybody now. It's like, no, we don't need Flickfire missiles. No, we don't need any more brick separators. Oh my gosh. We don't need them. I think every single Rebel set that I've gotten, aside from both Phantoms, have come with a brick separator in them. What the heck, man? But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bags, R2-D2 not included unless you were there for the May 4th promotion. Sorry you missed it. So, but if you didn't, hey, cool, you got yourself a freebie. So anyway, I'm going to build this now. I'm going to be listening to 2 episodes of the Weekly Poll podcast that I missed, and Comic Pop did not upload to their channel, so come on, you guys, you're slacking over there. But anyway, yeah. And by the way, I'll be disappointed in how the minifigures are spread throughout. I would rather have them all in bag 1. When can we go back to the days of 2003 where all the minifigures that came in a set were in the first bag, like it was in Cloud City? So yeah, anyway, let's get building. Alright, so now we're here a few days later. Reason why is because I built this Friday night, saw that it was 2 a.m. after I had finished building it, and was like, alright, I need to sleep. Saturday, had a graduation party to go to. Sunday, I don't remember what was happening Sunday. I think I just zoned out. Monday, was busy doing stuff, couldn't review it. Now we're here Tuesday morning, and now it's time to review. So yeah, I really like it. I'm just going to start off saying that I do really like it. But, of course, first we're going to go through minifigures, and I'm going to go from least interesting to most interesting. So, to me personally anyway. So, least interesting figure in here is Chopper. This is the 3rd Chopper I've gotten now. It's the only figure that I've gotten that's not supposed to have a duplicate that has so many of them in their collection for me. Anyway, whatever. You know what I mean. Yeah, that's Chopper. Next, we've got Agent Kallus. Agent Kallus is not all that interesting to me because, honestly, he was never very interesting to me until that one episode in Season 2. His bow rifle staff, or bow staff, or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, you know, Sprint's pretty normal, average, whatever. Comes with 2 faces, of course. And he's got his silly hat. That's the main reason why I never ended up picking up whatever set he was in before. I think it was the ATDP. I had no interest in having Kallus with this hat because we almost never saw it in the show. But, you know, or his helmet, I guess that's what it is. And now that he's officially a good guy. Spoilers! Oh my gosh.
Spoiler alert!
I really am interested to see if we're ever going to get a hot Kallus minifigure. Yes, that is what he's called. Ezra. So Ezra, I mean, he looks exactly the same as he did before. At least I think he does. Does come with the 2 faces. I'm kind of disappointed that he doesn't actually have the cuts on his cheek at all. Because that is actually more of a nipple. And there's nothing. So, kind of disappointed that since this is supposed to be a Season 2 set, as evidenced by 2 of the minifigures in here, that, well, it's supposed to be Season 2. And Ezra is supposed to have cuts on his cheek. As for the lightsaber, good use of the binoculars as his little lightsaber and gun thing. I kind of want to know what happened to it, because in Season 3 he's got a regular lightsaber and it's got a green blade. Never saw what happened to it in the show. At least I don't think so. Did he ever lose it? I don't think he ever lost it though. Like in that final battle in Season 2. I don't think he lost it, but maybe he did. I mean, he did fight Darth Vader for a quick second. Anyway, we move on to Commander Jun Sato. This is just really cool because, I mean, he's an interesting character to me. And he totally went out like a boss in that Season 3 finale. So yes, more spoilers! No!
Kind of interesting that they used tan as his flesh tone, but it does make sense, just given the color of Asian skin, and that is what his character is supposed to be in a way. I mean, I guess the last name also kind of gives it away, but anyway, but I remember seeing that a lot of people were kind of complaining about how Chirrut Îmwe from Rogue One, his character had the light flesh like Ezra does, and Ezra's skin isn't even that light. But you know, I'm not gonna try and like get into this whole like, oh, social politics and identity and whatever. I don't care. Not that it isn't important, but it's not important in this case, I guess. Just great minifigure. I like it. Yes, he did have two faces. I did show you that. So now we move on to the most interesting character in this set, and one of the main reasons why I got it, Ahsoka. So a lot of people were really upset that Ahsoka's lightsabers were not white. Well, when you look at these, it is a slightly more transparent color. It's actually a blue that has been seen in flick-fire missiles, especially the one from the speeder bikes that have the little sidecars on them. I guess it also had kind of some prominence in the Alpha team, like Frostbitten theme or something like that, or maybe that was this trans medium blue. But anyway, this is a trans light blue, and I really like the decision choice. It's a nice distinction. It's a little more transparent. I still would have kind of preferred, I wouldn't have preferred white because that would be opaque, and I don't really like that. But perhaps just trans clear. But also, her lightsabers are actually a very, 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 very pale blue. So, anyway. But yeah, this minifigure is absolutely fantastic. I really like it. And I forgot to actually get the other versions of Ahsoka just to show you guys the differences between what she looks like in Rebels and what she looks like in the Clone Wars. I guess it's not really too important though, so. But yeah, like, this is a great looking minifigure. A lot of attention to detail. She's got two faces for you. And I wasn't quite sure about the detailing on her Leku when she first showed up in Rebels, because it was so starkly different than what it was in the Clone Wars, but I kind of like it now. It's more natural looking. So, but yeah, this is a great piece. I think it was made specifically for oh geez, what is her name? The red Togrutan Jedi, you know her. Oh, it's gonna bother me that I don't know anymore. All right. Oh, that's gonna bug me so much. Cause I want to say Ceci Tin, but I know that that's not right because he was in the set that she also came in. It was the Jedi shuttle that I never got. So anyway, really like it. I really like the set overall, but the minifigures do help it. Particularly these two. So yeah, we'll just kind of get them out of the way. And the order that you were seeing them was the order that they were made. Oh jeez. That was good. So yeah, as you can see, a whole mess of extra pieces. Just a lot of them. I don't know why we need two of these things, but you get them. You get one extra spring launch missile. There's a place to store it, I think. Although technically not supposed to be for that. And there's nowhere to store the extra 4 studs. So that's a little bothersome to me. But we'll just kind of move everything out of the way. And we'll keep this in view somewhere. Just put it right there. And then sticker sheet, of course. Had 9 stickers on it. Yeah. But we did get one printed piece, so that's nice. So anyway, now let's get on to what this thing has to offer. So this, I really like it, as I've said before. I think part of that is the sentimentality behind it. Like, my experience of getting it was really great, because there was no way I was going to get it except for through like a third-party source, and then in comes Monica, saves the day. So I really think that has to do with it, but it was also just a really fun build. And also then, speaking of sentimentality, it's a ship that was used in the Clone Wars, but we never got a model while the Clone Wars was running. And so, like, I guess if you wanted to, you could try and find all the pieces you needed and make another version of this. Be a little harder, but you can kind of make your own version of it and make it look like it is from the Clone Wars. So, but still, it's like to finally have one of these ships, and it's a little smaller than I expected, but it's also a little larger than I expected. I don't know how to explain that. I guess it's the perfect size, I guess. Like, this is a decent size for this ship. It's not like a Venator or an Imperial Star Destroyer where it is vastly smaller. This makes sense for the size that it is. So I guess that's what I mean. It could stand to be a little bigger, but at the same time, but then it might be too big. I don't know. So anyway, just and also I mentioned the build was really fun. I'm a little disappointed that there are as many little gaps in here as there are. And then there's the glaring one back here. This is completely empty, but I think that there's a reason behind that. So that's really my only gripe, is that there are these little gaps, these little half plate gaps. There has to be some way that it could have been rectified, because that is a little annoying. And it kind of feels a little fragile, but it's rock solid. So you know, it's pretty good. So now on to functions, I guess. This thing, it's fine. It does help when moving it around. And it is like the perfect size. It's not like the AT-ATs that have been where it's just a stick with a little 2 small bushings on the side, 2 little bushings there, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, pick it up. No, this is at least big enough for some fingers to wrap around it, so that's good. The other functions, you've got these. They both pivot. They're both spring launched. Actually, I'm just gonna avoid these going off prematurely.
Oh, jeez.
Just leave them there like that.
God, that hit me in the ear.
These can spin around. I thought that this whole section actually pivoted, like especially just this one red part, but no, it's actually here. If there is any downside, it's the fact that these can't pivot up and down more than this, and that's just because the turntable does that naturally. And, of course, little stud shooters. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm one of those people that likes them. I find them a lot more aesthetically pleasing than flick-fire missiles, because flick-fire missiles just kind of get in the way. And it's kind of the same with these spring-launched missiles. They look a lot better. So, I am pleased with them. I don't use them, but they don't just really detract from the set. They don't look like a big gimmick, I guess, to me, unlike what the flick-fire missiles did. The one of the premier features of the model is that this whole section comes up, so that's cool. And then inside... Oh wait, no, I gotta show you this. This is bothersome to me. We've got these pieces in there with this blue tile hooked on like this. I am not 100% sure if that is stressing out the part in any way. It doesn't feel like it is, but it might be, and I'm not too happy about that. I really, really, really think the designers could have easily gone with one of these and a stud. When you place that right there, it lines up about the same. And I feel like that could have been used. And then we wouldn't have a possibly illegal connection. I know that if LEGO uses it, then it's no longer illegal. But at the same time, I feel like if this is stressing out the part, then it's going to be frowned upon. And I'm actually kind of surprised that they've done this, because they've had pieces like this in the past where the piece got stressed. And, well, now you've got a problem. But anyway, I think it was pretty much like 2007 when they did the Republic Cruiser, the red thing that you see at the very beginning of episode 1, that they did this like top piece coming off, and now it's been integrated in a bunch of Star Wars ships ever since. It's 10 years worth of doing that gimmick, but it's a good one. So I said that there could be a place to store these missile things. I think you can do that if you so desire. I think they're actually more so for the lightsabers. That's why there's 3 of these clips. And then you can just put minifigures in there. I'm not going to worry about trying to do that. You can get them all in there. I imagine you could. If not, you can get 4 of them in there, and Agent Kallus can just get sucked out into space. That's cool. So, you know, but not much. Little sticker details, kind of don't really like that. But at the same time, they're just stickers. Try not to stress about too much about them. One of the really cool thing is that I did not know that this was a transparent piece. When you look on the instructions, the reason why I don't have them is just to clear out any sort of clutter. But when you look at that, it almost looks more like it's just printed on black for a windscreen. So I actually thought that this whole piece was a solid color, actually. Which is interesting. It's like, I don't think it's ever been released in a solid color. But then, you know, you look right there and you can kind of see the outline of where the printing goes. But nice looking piece. Looks great. It works for this model. It's a nice use of this piece. It's better than using it for another Jedi Interceptor. And then right there, it's completely solid down there. That's a little weird, I should say. It's like it's completely transparent. What's up with that? I'm guessing it's just so the machine didn't have to worry about doing any of that detail. I don't know. But it's okay. I have no problem with it, really, because you're not going to see it. So I think that's probably the logic and reasoning behind that. Got some of those in there. These are some nice pieces to have in silver, I guess, if you want to do some sort of steampunk detail. I never thought I would ever see them in a Star Wars set. So, yeah. Got another sticker detail there. This is some nice detailing going on right here, how it kind of moves in. I guess, I don't know, how the profile of the ship, how that works. Got some stickers right there, or I guess one sticker, actually. Little satellite dish, so that's cool. Another satellite dish and a little antenna. That little antenna is one of these new bar clips with a 3-length bar in it. So yeah, that means you get a 3-length bar and the extra pieces. So that's pretty cool. Still waiting for the day to give Yoda and other short Jedi 3-length long lightsabers. And that might be one of those things, it's like, maybe Ahsoka needs one of those. Not quite sure. And this, I don't think it's ever come in this color, although it probably has, probably in like some sort of some Belleville set or some sort of like princess witch mystical land thing from that time, from that era of using dolls in sets. But now we move on to probably the biggest detail, or not detail, but the biggest function in this set, and that is to do this.
My gosh, it's not just a spaceship, it's a transformer.
So that's pretty cool. Got engines on all those sides, and you get... This is a great set for multiples of things, because you actually get a number of these larger, I don't know, guide rail pieces in 1x2s and 1x8s. You get a number of these 2x2 curved slopes. You get a whole mess, not really a whole mess, you get a total of 12 of these conical pieces, which is really cool. And you also get 2 of them in black down here. So, really nice. And then they close up like that. So, the reason why I think that this area is so hollow is just 4 fingers to get in there and turn this. Although I do think that they could have at least put something there. So really, if, again, like, my only gripes about the set, it feels a little gappy in some spots, and then there's just these big gaping holes in the back of these little wings that splay out. But I guess for me, as somebody that's just going to end up kind of displaying it in a way, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to display it. Probably more like that, so that I can have this function in there. Or I'd end up just doing it all the way closed, because I kind of don't mind it looking like this, where it's just completely closed all the way. But, you know, these are nice. I like them. I remember in the Clone Wars show, did they start off that way? See, I feel like these actually acted more as like opening up turbines on snowspeeders, where, like, even though it's space and it doesn't really make sense, like, it would go up into, imagine this is vertical. It would pull up into the docking section, and these would open up, or it was the other way around, or it would close as it pulled up in. I don't really remember. It's been a while since I've seen those episodes of the Clone Wars. It's been a while since I've actually watched anything Star Wars besides Episode 7 and Rogue One, and of course Rebels. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, like, you know, not quite sure why we don't have something that's at least holding this in place. I don't think it would be too hard to do, even if this had to come out just a little bit more to add in those new 1x2 short brackets. So, yeah. So this has pretty much been the review of this set. You know your cons, you know your pros. I feel like there are more pros than cons, even though there might be a longer list of cons. They are smaller in value than the pros. So, and I guess and I've also stated I'm a little biased on this one. There's some sentimentality involved with just the ship being what it is, and then also my experience of getting it, and so then also just the experience of building it, which I've also said was just an interesting build. Kind of makes the set feel like it has more value than it might to some others. So, but this has been MCLegoboy with 75158 Rebel Combat Cruiser. See you guys. I remember her name now. It's Shock T. God, man, why could I not remember Shock T? It explains why I was thinking Sussy Tin, though, because they both begin with S and end with a name of T. So, I was on the right mind track. Just I knew it was the wrong character. So yeah. Anyway, but I'd also like to take this time because I want to gush about Ahsoka's minifigure a little bit more. I forgot some things that I was thinking about over the past few days. I really like the use of the dark orange. It's a lot better than if they had gone with a bright orange. And I think the reason why is because her wardrobe is a lot darker, but this dark orange pops a little bit more because of the white of her horns. So I really think that works, and I'd rather it be just a little bit too dark than being that very, very vibrant orange. I feel like this dark orange is a little too dark, but it is better than being too light in this instance. So yeah. Other than that, completely done with holding up you guys from moving on to some other better video. See you guys.
We'll fly.
Alright, here you go, you guys. I didn't want to take the time to try and do it all like individually in the review, but this is how you can get everybody in there. All I did was I added the four extra studs. I just made 2 of them of 2 studs each. Put them down by where Chopper's feet are. You got the missile in there. You got a garbage truck outside, and then you've also got Kallus there, just hanging out. Ahsoka is actually is sitting with her legs. Oh, I guess she is on there normally. Huh. I don't like that. Yeah. That I feel safer like that. But not really. I don't know. God, Ahsoka, your Leku's too long. It's getting in the way. It's bothering me. I'm gonna have an existential crisis. Well, let's just see if this works. Does that work? Well, she's not bumping into anything up on top, so I think we're good. Except ever since I messed around with this a few times, it doesn't want to hook on anymore. Is Sato's head still in the way somehow? Because so, that's annoying. There? Yes? Maybe? Alright, well, point is, we're done. There.